What's up everyone, this here is DJ Eargasm again. And this video is going to show you another follow-up on how to be a badass DJ. And I'm going to tell you this time the other additional stuff I didn't put in my last video that'll teach you how to be a badass DJ to separate you from the rest of them. No problem. But remember when I told you in my last video that I used to start off doing house parties? Well, this is my house party setup. In the middle, I got my Denon DJ MXC 8000. And I got my two subs here. Harbingers, 18-inch, 1,500 watts. Both of them equals 3,000. And then we got the Gemini. This one is 2,000 watts each one. And boy, they are loud. So this is how I usually practice my sets. I would just practice, write down a little bit of notes here. I got my little remote controls for my smoke machines on the sides, the P7s. On the side, I also have a smoke machine over there. And I also have lights. For the house. There's also a black light down there, and when it's nighttime, boy, it glows. This little machine also works here. And these lights up here are from this. These ones cost about $15 each one. And so they're pretty expensive. And I have these all connected to all my fans downstairs. I have 3 fans. There's one right there, but I have 2 more. So I have like 16 downstairs, and then I have 4 up here. So they're pretty expensive, but wow, the party really pops. All right, so I was saying that the next best step in order to become the best DJ, well, you got to start reproducing your own mixes. Now, like I said, I started off with propeller head, reeds, and record. And that's how I got started with making my mixes. But by doing so, you're able to manipulate the songs. For instance, me, what I do is I cut out the boring stuff in all the mixes, all the songs, and then I just throw it away and I make it blend evenly. So it just keeps on flowing, the tempo. And I like to play most of the tracks, and I don't like to just play right away, next song, next song, next song, like the DJs you hear on the radio or live in concert. I like to pay a little homage to the person who made the track by playing as much as possible at the same time. But that's just me. I'm kind of a hypocrite at the same time. I delete their stuff. But, well, anyways, this is a little bit how I do it. Now, one of the main steps I forgot to tell you guys is that if you're starting to become DJ, I'm pretty sure most of you all know this. Get Shazam for your cell phone. Press that button whenever you hear a song that you like, you don't know what it's called. It'll tell you what it is. And if you don't know, it's probably a DJ live set. They probably sped it up, or they add another beat with it, or a cappella. So, yeah, this is how I do it. This is my little tips and tricks to show you. Now, when you get started with making music and you want to get it for your set, you have to get the WAV files, not MP3. Now, I know I used the Pioneer controller before, and that required MP3. I would have just trashed that Pioneer controller, but it's expensive and it sucks. So use a different one that can use WAV files if possible. And so that's what I got over there. I got the Denon DJ, and that does a trick. Hell, even my Gemini uses it. But anyways, this is how you want to get your music, okay? There's a few ways of doing this. And, of course, you're going to need to rip files. There's my little page right there. I'm on SoundCloud, so you can hear my mixes. Sometimes I just go to this file, HD video converter, and you got to be watching out for yourself if whenever you click this, because there's viruses and they try to like attack you right away. So you want to get a good malware bite program in order to protect yourself. See, you click on a screen right away and a pop-up starts. Always prepare yourself for that. This sometimes works when you want to download music off of the internet, mainly YouTube. I kind of don't recommend it because you might get viruses. A second way I always get my music is through the YouTube video downloader. Now, before it was free, you could download one at a time, but then I did an update on it, and then it started to charge me. And then they gave me an offer of $10 for a year of free downloading. So I was like, damn, that's pretty good. It's like 90 cents a month. So if you're a DJ and you don't have the money for this product, then you should get out of the business. 90 cents a month. That's a good deal. And this is how I also get my music, you know. For instance, I'll show you real quick how easy it is. I choose this one. Boom. Bad Royale. There it is right there. Downloads. And you're downloading the video. Okay? You open the file. Move it to the side. And you just close it. Now the next thing you want to do to change this video to WAV file. Let's see if I can. There we go. Probably can't see anything. You download the Winamp file. The Winamp will allow you to change all your videos to WAV format so you can use for music making. I send it to format converter. It's already encoded to WAV. Done. So now you have the WAV file of that song. And the next step is you just copy the song name and then paste it on the new one. And everything else is trash. I just like to throw away my stuff right away. I don't like seeing a full trash bin or have anything in there. Alright, so that's how I download all my music. You know, it's illegal in some ways, but I mean, hey, if you're paying a subscription, it can't be illegal, right? Then again, who knows? Until they start knocking on your door. So anyways, this is how us DJs are most likely getting our music, you know. So the next step is, what I like to do is I like to change the songs up. So I'm going to use my record program. And let's see if I could create a new file. There we go. And this is how I like to manipulate my songs. Now, every DJ needs to, well, they have their own little flair on how they play music, okay? There's some that just play it whatever right away. They won't change anything. They put hot points all over their tracks, like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, for whatever. They're trying to skip the sections. This way, you don't have to work so hard as being a DJ. You can just bypass it all. So this is my method on how I change all my tracks. So whenever I play live, you won't even tell that I already pre-done all my mixes. You would think that, oh, I'm doing it live on the set, but no. I've pre-done my songs, and then when you hear it played, it sounds a little different because it'll cut in certain sections, eliminating the boring parts, but the tempo will still keep going. Now, like I said, this is how I made my songs, my mixes. I actually would have to, when you make a mix, okay, this is another example, because I know I'm telling you guys all my secrets, so here we go. You have a whole list of songs you're going to be starting off with, okay? Where are they all? They're all over here, okay? And out of all these songs, you're going to have to start off with probably 70 or 100 songs before you actually start a mix. And the reason being is because it's just so hard to find an intro song and then match it with the next song and the next song to make it sound right and to fit with the next song. I'll be going into that in a little bit, but first, I'm probably going to go into another video. But first, I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do here with this song. Okay? This song right here, I like it, you know. It starts off okay. But has such a boring intro. I'm actually going to make it have a little bit more flair. Because for me, I personally like the way it ends. So when you hear this on my mix, you're going to know how I do it, okay? So you're going to have to go on my SoundCloud account so you can hear the final version, because I'm not going to play it all. I might get copywritten. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a new audio track. I'm going to chop it up at the parts where I think that it should be changed. So I would kind of know. Right there. Gonna zoom in so I can see it better. Right there is where I want to start it off. I'm gonna cut that out. Put that all the way to the beginning. Then this section I'm gonna work on the end again. This is hurting my arm just by holding this phone. Let's see. And right there, that's when the tempo changes. So I'm gonna go right before that. I gotta go all the way back to zoomed out. I'm going to create another audio track just so we can have more space. And I'll put that underneath. So that's how it's starting. And you notice how that comes in pretty hard. We're going to try to soften it out a bit, the intro. So we're going to give it a pinch more room. We're going to add a little climb. And then we're going to move this one straight on that other line so we can kind of get it all evened out. So when you hear it, to add a little climb right there, I guess. So it blends in perfectly. And this one, we're going to end it also on a little slope. So it'll sound like this. Anyways, this takes a little bit of work, as you can see. And then the next section I want to add is the main heart of the song. So it could just get started right away. Right there. I'm going to cut that off. Move this down here. Delete. Have the little audio section ready right before it hits. That's pretty much how it's gonna go. And when it goes back towards the end, I kind of redo it all over again. I'll just extend the end of the song again, how it was. Then I'll just cut it, move it to the section where it's about to end, shrink it, have it sloped. Well, anyways, you kind of get my feel on like what I do here. But the final version is actually gonna look like this. Oh, wrong song. All right. Well, anyways, that's pretty much how it goes. All right. Still, there we go. As you can see it, we can zoom in, see everything, how it looks. You could also add another song a cappella to go with the song, which I did in my mix. But that's pretty much how you want to start making your own mixes like that. By taking out the boring stuff and just keeping the momentum going. You can even change the intro like how I showed there. That was pretty difficult for me because I had to look through probably 100 songs to figure out which one was my favorite, and then coming on that one sounded had a good intro, but then when I heard the ending, I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good for an intro. So I kind of flipped it all the way around, as you saw, and that's pretty much how I made my music for this song right here. DJ Eargasm 2018 Ultimate Dance Mix. And this one has 3,430 views. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I can teach you for now. But I'm going to make another video that'll show you the whole thing. Like the whole whatever mix I'm making, I'm going to show you how I make it on the propeller head. You can kind of see how I do it. I wish there was more people out there trying to give tutorials on this, because all right, there's a little bit something about the DJs nowadays that everybody's talking about, that they're saying that they're pre-making their tracks and nobody is giving them any respect. They don't know just how difficult it is just to pre-make a track like what I just did there, and all the work that goes into it. When you hear them live, they don't mess up on a set. You can kind of figure out who is who and who's, like, if they're pre-making it or not. Like, I went to a Diero concert, and on a transfer, his hands were up, and I could hear the transfer going, and I already know. Just because I've done it myself, I'm a DJ. Pre-making tracks and mixes is okay, and it's normal. So it's all about making the crowd pop, happiness, and that's about it, you know? If you're all into like being all hardcore and real, and well, yeah, that's just you, but it's all about living in that moment and having a good time with your friends and whoever's with you. So the DJs can make it possible. I know it's kind of like, I kind of don't want to call myself a DJ, but I also do DJ at the same time. I can play live music and sets and stuff, but it's just not going to be as good as having it pre-made like I did on my computer or my mixes, pre-made mixes. So that's a little bit of tip from me to you guys, that half of the professional DJs out there, they pre-make their mixes. I think I'm one of the few or only DJs out there in the world that will actually find a song, and all my songs actually, and then I will cut them into pieces and take out the boring stuff, and I'll have everything going. Instead of having your cue point set at a certain point, or if you're downloading a video off the internet and you have that like intro that gets in the way of a track, you could cut that out and then just have your track ready to play regular. I wouldn't recommend cutting it too short past a cue point. You need some gray area for transferring, and also for a finish as well, to use for transferring blends. That's a little bit of tip from me to you. Tomorrow I'm gonna be tonight. Today is April 5th, and I'm gonna be performing my first show opener for DJ Gravedigger, and this is a big night for me, and I'm gonna be going real hard. I'm gonna be wearing that dog mask you see here, and it's gonna be badass. Oh yeah, and also in my last video I was trying to search for my mask, but my son was hiding it. This is my other DJ mask. It's good for raves, you know. I bought it off eBay. Has a whole bunch of light functions on it as well. So as you can imagine, good stuff. And oh yeah, all right. Let's say after you get that mix all transferred out there, you got it straight to your hard drive, and you have a music. You try to upload it straight to SoundCloud. It's not gonna happen. No, SoundCloud will block it because they think that, well, this ain't a real live DJ set. It's just an MP3 or WAV file. But the trick around it is this. You use this Gemini mixer controller. Actually, you don't even need a Gemini controller. All you need to do... Alright, all you need to do is use the Cross DJ Pro app. Plug your music straight into this. And then from this, you upload it straight to the internet, SoundCloud. And then when it gets to SoundCloud, you just check your songs, your tracks. You get it here. Bam. As you can see, I got a whole bunch of tracks been removed here or there. Because I was, they're only like a few seconds. But the thing is, because the way I also make my mixes, I use this Gemini Mix2Go Pro, and I work on my transferring with this. I have my song here, transfer, work, download, then boom, move it to here. I haven't worked out the steps like how to change the beat per minute on each track when you're mixing songs up. But that's my only flaw right there. I wish I knew. I wish there was more videos out there on other DJs trying to teach that. Or not DJs. But you know what I'm saying, right? Alright, so yeah, that's the quickest and best way to make your own professional tracks with little to no errors. And then when you play live, people won't even know. Like I said in the following steps, just play around, act like you're doing what you're doing, but make sure you always follow through with the transfers and everything. Here's a little follow-up on like what I'm working on my newest mix, how it kind of looks. Looks kind of sloppy all over the place, but this is how it's going to look. My next video, I'm going to show you my full track. I'm going to play it for 2 hours long. And because that's how long it is. So that's it. This is my video, and thank you all for watching. I'm out of breath. Catch you all later.